Who asked you? Red as a firebrand, the miller's hair and beard showed through the mist like beacons. With flaring black nostrils housed in a red tufted nose, the miller rampaged down on us like a wild boar. The reeve's fingers closed around the handle of the carpenter's mallet, but he did not pull it from his saddlebag. Drunk already, Matt, he said, blipping the miller's horse on the nose with his reins as it cannoned into him. What if I am, you woodpecker? Retorted the miller. Isn't it bad enough to be traipsing through a fog and rain and to come up to our noses in mud? Best place for your nose, muttered the reeve. Isn't it bad enough without having to listen to a chiseling carpenter? Hey, what's this between you, said Harry. Have you two brought some old grudge along with you? Oswald the reeve did not so much answer as growl in the general direction of Matt. Just because I do him a favor, knock him up a lean-to for his mill, and at a price he wouldn't get from any carpenter in the south of England. These are all the thanks I get. The wood was so rotten it fell on my head on the first time. It's the first time I so much as touched it. At the price you paid, what'd you expect? Mahogany? Whoa there, Harry protested. Let's have a story, not a war. But the reeve was sulking by this time. Or perhaps he rode off to the back of the line to be a safe distance from the miller's swinging fists. I swear Arcite's iron mace swinging down on Palamon's head couldn't have done more damage than those fists on the end of those arms. The moment the reeve was out of sound and sight, Matt the miller cheered up hugely. He got out his bagpipes and struck up a tune, so hideously strident, so tunelessly discordant, that we begged him to stop and tell us a story instead. I hoped you might say that, he said, and the drone of his pipes died away like an expiring sheep. Down at Osney Mead in Oxford, the scholar, an Oxford man himself, looked up from the book he was reading. I'm acquainted with it, he said. What? Snarled the miller. You mean you heard my story before? No, I simply observed that I know Osney Mead. That's all right then. No more butting in though, right? The scholar gave a bewildered shrug and went back to his work. The miller glared around at us, and then his ruined face collapsed into a grin that showed all his tombstone teeth. I have to admit, I'm a bit tipsy. I can tell from the way my words are coming out. If you have any trouble following, just shout. And ladies, if I give offense, blame it on the drink. I'm not sure I ought to relay the story with which Matt the miller regaled us. It wasn't, how shall I say it? It wasn't the kind of story you hear in church or recount to your mother when you get home. Still, it fetched a lot of laughter from some of the pilgrims, so I'd best not keep it from you. If you find it a little rude, you'd better cover your eyes while you read. I shall take off my armor, for the night's tale is done, but I hope you enjoyed the first story in the Canterbury tale.